Hey guys, welcome back to Fate Dark Souls, the series on my channel where I recreate a servant from the Fate series and try to beat a Soulsborne game as said servant. This is part 3 of the Altera run, and in the last episode we had just gotten to the Bell Gargoyle boss fight. Now you may have noticed that I'm not stuttering and trailing off like an absolute moron, and that's because what you're hearing right now was recorded in post. I was recently doing some maintenance on my PC when some confusion with OneDrive and a factory reset of my PC basically nuked all my pictures and video audio off the face of the planet. I still have all my videos, and I have all my pictures and audio from 5 months ago, but I haven't backed up my shit since January, so I've lost all my thumbnails that I've made in the last 5 months, and, more importantly to this video, the audio I just recorded for it. Fear not, because I, Red Fox, cannot be stopped by trivial matters such as losing everything. In any case, with that disclosure out of the way, so that you guys aren't under the mistaken impression that I somehow got good at live commentary, let's get into the video. So last video I promised to go and see our little dumpling knight, Siegmeyer, the onion of Katarina, and I made good on my promise. It felt good to talk to him because he's a sweet boy and must be protected. Siegmeyer is best Sieg. Anyway, I had an idea while recording this, which, for reference, was on the 9th of May. I'm going to include a death counter. I'll try to do 2 death counters, one for total deaths and one for deaths in each video. And, because this is Dark Souls, I'm gonna make you guys bear witness to every single one of my deaths, because...
Now that's what this is all about.
Speaking of deaths, prepare yourself for what essentially amounts to that one part in the Edge of Tomorrow, because we are steadfast approaching the god of death in this game. No, not Nito, a Boulder Knight. Seriously, fuck these guys. Anyway, I clear out the room full of hollows, realized I off-screened the pick a fight with another Boulder Knight because I was young and confident back then, and I actually won. Now it's time for my first attempt at the Bell Gargoyle's boss fight. Notice how I said first. Very deliberate choice because it certainly wasn't the last. However, I also consciously chose to say attempt, because I only had to try once to win. It was a fair first attempt, and I only had 1 bottle of Sunny D, so it didn't take me very far. But don't worry, if you wanted to see me attempt the Bell Gargoyle boss fight, there's plenty more where that came from. Oh, and you thought that the boss was going to be the only thing that killed me repeatedly. Perhaps you forgot about the mini-boss, Staircase Boulder Knight, who body blocks you and runs you through like an olive on a club sandwich. Now say what you will about my gamer skills, but this attempt, I was like a man possessed. I actually did pretty well. That is until Phase 2 started and they decided to become a team of Mugen AI where one constantly rushes you down and pressures you while the other range spams. How fun! Can't complain though, it was my best attempt so far, so progress I guess. At this point, you can kind of tell I'm starting to figure the boss fight out. I still die, but at least my skill is starting to get to the level that I'm consistently getting to Phase 2. Remembering attack patterns, being patient, like I'm not winning, but I think I'm starting to recover some of my old Dark Souls skills. At this point, I was really a man possessed. One might even say I was in the zone. It was like the scene in Pixel when Adam Sandler's character found out he was the best Donkey Kong player in the world and Olaf fucked a Q*bert. I was ready to win. I even cut off the gargoyle's tail at one point. But as I say this, there's still roughly 20 minutes of footage left to commentate for, so I'm not confident in my chances. I think it's time I get serious. In terms of getting to and fighting the boss, at this point I was doing better, but it wasn't enough. I found myself plateauing at Phase 2, and every time I made my way back, I knew I was going to get tag teamed and have to run all the way back. But with the power of Lord Gwyn's God Rays on my side and the Gargoyle AI acting only slightly more retarded than me, I was able to easily get to Phase 2, but I took a lot of damage as it started, so I decided to retreat to the bell tower corner.
This was not good play.
It essentially amounted to me hiding from them in a gas-lit oven as they just popped their heads around the corner and blasted fire right up my ass. With nowhere to go, I fried miserably, and don't even think for a second that I learned my lesson, because this would not be the last time my dumbass pulled a stunt like this. Before I even get to that point, however, Staircase Balder Knight has met its match. Doorway Hollow, who body blocks me and invites all of his hollow friends to fuck me in the ass like Eggsy at the end of Kingsman. I trek back to the boss fight only to realize that these fuckers are using the same tactics I used to first try cheese Smownut and Orn Steve. Use a long, powerful weapon up close for damage and then zone with fire breath from medium distance to avoid damage. And you know what? It worked again. Then I hop out of the frying pan right into hell because I fucking walked into the other bell tower corner when needing to heal and got fucking incinerated the exact same way as last time. Who'd have thought? Now I will say at this point I've pretty much mastered getting back, either rarely getting hit or just outright not at all. But I'm still getting fucked at the boss fight though. Finally, I'd had enough. I decided to try to cheese them with firebombs and lo and behold, it worked. Good fucking Civ. After making my mama proud, I rang that bell. And that's gonna conclude part 3 of our Altera Fate Dark Souls run. Prepare yourselves for next episode when we take on the Moonlight Butterfly to take advantage of a little bug in OG Dark Souls. Rules of Nature!